Hi, my love. Welcome to your Layers of You reading. For this reading, we're going to tap into the five layers of yourself. So those layers being your current energy, your love life, your money, career, your spiritual journey, and your future forecast. So it's a lengthy reading. I always recommend that you guys take notes. So take notes in your reading. This way you don't have to, rewatch the entire video if you don't want to. And we'll just start from the very top of the layer, which is your energy. I have all of the decks here that I'm going to be working with for your reading. I'll also list them in the description box if you are curious. The two tarot decks that I felt really called to use for you are the Mythical Creatures Tarot and the Botticelli, the Golden Botticelli. So very like medieval, fairy tale kind of a feel to the cards. So that was kind of what I was feeling for you with the tarot. I wanted to kind of stay away from Rider-Waite and just bring kind of more of a different energy to the table for the reading. Okay, so I'm going to start with your current energy. Also, in your email, you will see an attachment. It has the PDF workbook that I created with the intention of it's supposed to help you, guide you to the next phase of your path concerning anything that comes up in the reading. So it also has a section for taking notes. So if you don't want to use, your own paper and journal or whatever, there's a note section in the workbook so you could take notes on the reading. Okay. So go ahead and do what you need to do. But I'm going to start with your current energy right now. Now, in your email, you have no particular question for each of the layers. It's basically, you're looking for guidance. You're just looking for whatever comes through. But also you did write that there's a lot of stress right now that you're going through, and the access that you have. So basically, like your child lives further away than you would like, right? And that makes it really difficult because it's not like you can be with them and they don't have access to be with you without the, basically no one really wants to fly right now. I don't even know if that's even allowed right now. So that makes it really hard. That makes it really hard when your loved ones are further away. So I do have that intention in the back of my mind while we do this reading. Okay, so there's nothing jumping out. So let's see. We have the Three of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Very, very, very emotional. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Page of Coins and the Eight of Cups. So definitely a reading with lots of cups is all about emotions. So definitely an emotional time right now for you. Your sun is also coming up in the reading, so as a Page of Coins, okay? And then the Queen of Cups is resembling you. So both of you guys are coming up at the core of your energy. So right now, that's kind of telling me what's most important right now is the bond between you and your child, okay? So nothing else, like everything else that's kind of coming up on the outside parts, is there. It's important, but it's not as important as what's at the core. And definitely what is at the core is you and your son. So I do kind of see that. I also see for the sun, he's coming up as a Page of Pentacles. So he's a bit more grounded. Being earthy sign, he's a bit more grounded, whereas you are more into the emotion and the heart. Okay. So as crazy as it may sound, he is a little bit more solid and secure than you may think, okay, as a Page of Coins. Also, Pages of Coins are really good at taking something from nothing and building from it, okay? So he has that energy within him and he has that strength. So he has the ability to think outside the box for one thing, and he has the ability to kind of work with what he's got. So as scary as it may be for you not to be able to have access to him, he is well grounded. He has the potential. He just has to do a little bit more of trusting himself, okay? So to just hopefully that'll kind of calm you a little bit, you know, about it. Like, yes, I feel like you're focusing on the distance more so than like his qualities, and he's a smart cookie, okay? A Page of Pentacles is definitely somebody that can take something from nothing, right? They can do more with what they have. He's resourceful, that's the word I'm looking for. So we have the Three of Wands coming up and the Four of Cups coming up in the back of the mind. So I feel like with your energy, the Three of Wands is just kind of saying like, Three of Wands is patiently waiting. So that's what you're doing. You're doing a lot of waiting. You're doing a lot of staying, you know, behind. You're looking out into the horizon. You're probably waiting constantly for his text messages. You're waiting to hear back from him. You're waiting to do this and this and that, like a lot of waiting time. And with him, a Four of Cups is kind of like a lack of passion. A Four of Cups to me is somebody who is not taking advantage, or they don't want to take advantage of an opportunity. Four of Cups can kind of be like, maybe they're in a mode of not feeling super motivated and they just don't have the drive to do things, okay? So that could be also, you know, a little bit of a hindrance on him. But what is before you guys, we have the Ace of Cups. So I see the Ace of Cups for you as a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings coming through. But I also want you to take advantage of that opportunity to, you know, really get close to your son. To really, you know, strengthen that connection, that bond that you two share, even if there is a distance between you two, right? Physically, there's a distance, but technologically, you guys can FaceTime, right? You guys could text. There's ways around it. And so I want you to really take advantage of that. You know, it'll make you feel so much better when you can express your feelings and you can share with your son, you know, everything that's on your mind, and when you have those communications. So a daily phone call, okay? The Eight of Cups for him that lies ahead, there's something there. Like, I feel like we're here with his emotions and stuff. There's something there that he knows he's gonna have to leave behind. It could be also the idea, maybe there has been the opportunity coming to him, or the idea coming to him of wanting to move back to be closer to you. Maybe this is a lesson for him that's teaching him, you know, family is very important. And, you know, he has his own family, obviously, like that you mentioned that too. He's married. So he has his own family, but I also feel like maybe things are starting to be a little bit more real for him, and he's realizing I should be, or I want to be closer to my mom or closer to my family because of these random like things that occur. You know, these crises, they're not often that they happen, right? But I feel like maybe that is something that's on his mind. So there could be that Eight of Cups could be, you know, walking away from something. It could be walking away from a job, or walking away from, you know, a responsibility that was once important to him, but maybe he now is kind of rethinking his, like, the future of his life right now, you know? So we have in the near future coming up for him. I feel like with the energy of him, there's definitely something on the horizon in the near future where he will be making a big change. Okay. And then for you, there is the Yes card. So if there's something that you have been, energetically putting out into the universe, that Yes card is use that as a spirit answer for you. I'm not going to try to interpret that because I feel like that's meant for you. So yes, it's yes, or it's a green light, or it's just, you know, a confirmation for you, however that is going to resonate for you. And then also, love, your energy coming forward as a Queen of Cups shows that you have, you know, you're very intuitive. You're very, you know, you have that psychic, motherly, that motherly energy to embrace, but also a Queen of Cups can be very emotional, right? When she's in her reverse, right? She could be very emotional. She could be very like letting her feelings get the better of her. So those are little things for you to, you know, you have to try to, as hard as it might be at times, you got to find ways to relax your soul, to relax your energy, to re-energize as well. Make sure you're getting sleep, okay? You know, if meditation is calming for you, like meditate once a day, 5 minutes, you know? Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because a Queen of Cups, as powerful as she is and as intuitive as she is, she's also like the one that hurts the most when things are kind of like falling apart, okay? So just make sure that there is self-care, that there's, you know, you're taking time for you as well, okay? Okay, so that is your current energy. I wanted to kind of read for him too, because he came up in the cards, so hopefully that helped you a little bit. Water. Okay, so let's read on the next layer. So the next layer is your love life. So let's do the angel romance, the energy of your love life. I know I've read for you many times before. I apologize. I do not remember details of my clients. So I don't remember if you're married, if you're not married, if you're dating, if you're not dating. Like, it's really hard for me to remember every little detail of all my clients. So please forgive me. But because of that reason, I do tend to interpret in both ways, whether you're single or not. So that's the kind of how I deal with it. Okay, so we have getting to know each other, we have soulmate, and we have stay optimistic about love life. So the energy of the love life coming up, if you are in a relationship, you need to take advantage of this time. We are in a weird time. We have never, at least most of us, I mean, I don't think we've ever really, a lot of us have ever really gone through an experience like this, right? Where we're stuck at home and where we're going through this like pandemic thing, and we're like, people are losing their jobs and people are unsure if they're going to be able to pay, you know, their bills and this and that. It's a lot of stress. It is. And I feel like for you, if you are in a relationship, getting to know each other, this card is asking you to see the positives of an otherwise shitty situation, right? So if you're in a relationship, take this opportunity of being home more to get to know your spouse, to get to know your significant other, okay? Or if you are single and maybe this soulmate card in the core is saying that there could be somebody that you're talking to or somebody that maybe you're still chit-chatty with, regardless of the case, whether it's an actual person you're dating, someone that you're virtually speaking to or whatnot, you're being asked to take time to get to know each other, okay? And then staying optimistic about your love life is like, regardless whether you're single or not single, remaining positive about the love life. The situation. Sometimes things are not ideal right now, right? But we have to do what we can with what we're given. And, you know I don't want to be that person that's always preaching like, be positive and this and that, but really it does help to have some kind of an optimistic point of view or perspective of our life. I have the Death card, the Queen of Swords, Judgment, and the Wheel of Fortune. You have strong cards for your love reading, my love. The Death card is changes. The Death card is transformation. So if you're in a relationship, you guys might be seeing a whole new side to your lover. You might be seeing, spending more time with them is like, maybe it's unheard of. Maybe you're not used to that, If you're single, this Death card can reveal that there is changes happening within yourself, okay? Usually it's like we're seeing parts of ourselves that we don't like and we want to switch it up, right? And now we have this beautiful opportunity to kind of devote some more time to those parts of ourselves that we didn't really have enough time for before because we had so many other things going on, right? Like work and, daily responsibilities. So if you want to look at from a positive perspective of an otherwise, unfortunate situation that we're in, I feel like you are being called to take advantage of it. This is a good time to heal the love life. This is a good time to heal yourself and your heart, okay? Queen of Swords is being more outspoken, okay? Communicate more. So if you are in a relationship, make sure that you are communicating with your lover, especially if you're spending more time with them. If you're not in a relationship and you're still online dating, I'm sure a lot of people are still on the apps and stuff. We're in a time right now where we may not be able to physically meet up and go on a date right now, but the whole like conversation and like getting to know somebody simply by talking to them, that essence is coming back into the love life realm. And that's a beautiful way, because it's like you're not just focusing on the physical sexual attraction, you're actually getting to know someone on an intellectual standpoint. So take advantage of this weird time that we're in, and morph it to fit, you know, your situation. We have the Judgment card coming up. And so this could be, you know, maybe you're noticing things like you're being called or guided by spirit to focus on areas of your love life that you know you need to fix and work harder towards. You have the time to do so. Why wouldn't you want to, right? This is a really good time for a lot of us to focus on self, okay? And then we have a Wheel of Fortune, which is like a really good omen to show that the future ahead, you are going to see, you know, really good shifts and changes, really, you know, good luck, I could say. The Wheel of Fortune is like the wheel is going to be turning. You're going to start to see changes take place, especially with that Death card here, okay? So a lot of like metamorphosis in your relationship, or a lot of metamorphosis in yourself if you are single, okay? The other two cards I pulled from the Mermaid, the Magical Mermaid Oracle, you got Tranquility. Tranquility says, make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. So this is a call for you to focus on you, focus on yourself, your heart, self-love. I want you to focus on your heart chakra. I believe you're into crystals and whatnot. So I really, really want you to like, if you don't have access to rose quartz, I want you to go through your crystal collection, and I want you to really feel out which one calls to you, like which crystal resembles your love life, your love for self right now, you know? And I really want you to get to know that crystal and carry it around with you when you're like taking a bath, or when you are, you know, just watching TV on the couch, or when you're having dinner, like have it with you. Because that crystal it's going to absorb, it's going to absorb your essence. And I want that crystal to kind of specifically be your self-love crystal, like that crystal that resembles the love that you have for yourself, because I feel like there's a lot of that needs to happen here. And I feel like that will also be very soothing for you on a stressful level, because of the stress and the emotions that you're harboring right now due to other factors, okay? We also have Accept Heaven's Help. I love this card for you. You've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you. I feel like that's a definite spirit message saying that your angels or your guides have heard your prayers. They've heard the times that you were crying. They know that you're hurting. They know that you are, you know, very sensitive right now, and they know that you are missing your son, and they know that you are worrying and everything. And so instead of you trying to be in the way to have control over everything, they're asking you to step aside and simply allow divine timing to take its course, okay? And allow them to come through and help you. Okay, so sometimes you cannot have full-blown control. We have to let it like step aside and let nature take its course, okay? Let me see if there's anything else that comes through. I want to pull intentionally for love, the self-love. So that's what I'm going to focus on with these cards. Self-love. Ooh, you have Temperance. I love it. So the Temperance card is patience, okay? When it comes to self-love, patience. And it's also 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's also balance, okay? So that's what you need more of. You need more balance with yourself, balance with your patience, balance with, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like right now, you're not in a time to make any major decisions. You're kind of like floating around right now, right? We have a King of Pentacles. A King of Pentacles, which is grounding. King of Pentacles is also like a business factor. So I know you're still working, is what you said in your email. You're still going to work and doing your things. So King of Pentacles coming forward is kind of saying like, you know, still focus on the responsibilities, but also remain responsible and take care of yourself as well. But also remain grounded. And I would say something that would help take some of the stresses away is make sure that you're making and you're building your savings, okay? Piling up that money for just in case, because that's going to take a lot of pressure off of you. And then we have Two of Pentacles. What a beautiful card. We have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles comes up when there's like a fork in the road, or like when you're indecisive and you're trying to like kind of figure something out. Maybe you feel stuck in between. The Two of Pentacles coming up with your self-love is like, you really got to weigh it out. I'm kind of seeing it as like weighing out your priorities right now and putting you first sometimes, okay? There's nothing wrong with placing yourself first. Give yourself, even if it's just 15 minutes, it's like 15 minutes, girl. You know, okay, I'm going to go and take a bath right now. I'm going to make my bath as beautiful, you know, and like put some crystals in it and put some like dry rose petal, whatever you got to do. And tell yourself, during this time, while I'm taking this bath, I'm turning off the phone, right? Unless you want to have some music on, but you're turning off the phone. You're going to give yourself 15 minutes of no distraction, no disruptions whatsoever. The people who are texting you, the people on social media, your bosses, whatever, everything can wait. And give yourself a moment. Like you definitely need more of that. The cards are showing that. So really beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Lots of self-love and self-care needed for you right now. And that is literally a form of taking care of yourself, especially when you're stressed out. Okay. So the third layer is the money and career. So we're going to look at that next. So the money and career. And based off your email, you are still working. So you're still going to work and you're still doing your thing. So let's see the energy of that. We have King of Coins, the King of Pentacles. So there you go. He came up just earlier with the money and finances. We have Ten of Swords. Okay. So a lot of weight on your back, a lot of stress regarding finances as well. Nine of Wands, feeling exhausted and depleted. Really like, because you're still going to work. We have Five of Swords. We have Six of Cups. And we have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like there's kind of like a wave where sometimes you're very resentful of your job, and then other times you are so grateful that you have it. I feel like you kind of go back and forth because I see a lot of water, swords, and then I see like fire. I love that you have the King of Coins coming up, because the King of Coins is kind of saying like you know, regardless, you know, you're still going to work, you have that paycheck coming in. The King of Coins is saying as long as you are being, you know, wise with your money spending, which I'm sure you are, that you have really nothing to worry about finance-wise, okay? The thing I am seeing, though, is depletion in energy. We have a Ten of Swords and the Nine of Wands stuck together. So, yes, you're making the money and you're pulling the money in, but at the same time, I'm just seeing like you're not getting a full night's sleep, and then you go into work exhausted and you come out even more exhausted than you were. And so you're kind of like not running on full tank. You're kind of running on like a quarter of a tank all the time. The Five of Swords is like a lot of arguing, or a lot of competition, or a lot of like, you know, just really like argumentative vibes. And it could be maybe, you know, in the workplace, there's just so much stress that everybody is moody, and like the whole vibe of your building probably just feels really tense, right? And then you might also be resentful for having to go into work when there's like more important things for you to deal with, like protection. We have the mama mermaid protecting her baby. So it's like you, in your eyes, it's like, I don't want to be here going to work, dealing with other people's stuff when I have to protect. You want to protect your own child. So I see that. It's coming through in the cards. I also feel like we have a Six of Cups. Six of Cups is usually like someone from the past coming into your life. This could be a coworker. This could be somebody who may come through and just kind of, maybe they'll offer some assistance to you. They'll help you energetically. Maybe there's just that certain someone that you work with that you feel, God, if I didn't have you here, I would probably go crazy kind of feel. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting from that. So I feel like overall with the finances, I do not see, there's nothing to worry about. That King of Coins, I'm happy that you got the King of Cups or the King of Pentacles for your finances and your work, because it just shows that regardless of, you know, shit hitting the fan everywhere else, that financially wise, you're okay. Okay. We have the Seven of Swords. Be careful. I feel like Seven of Swords is like your own thoughts. The energy that you step into your workplace with, Seven of Swords is like manipulative energy, or it's like lying, and it's just kind of real nasty negative energy. I want to say, like, appreciate what you have. Okay. Appreciate what you have. As much as, you know, you would rather be out protecting your lover, your young one, your love, your child. But you also have to appreciate and protect what you have, because it could be a hell of a lot worse. You know what I mean? It could be a hell of a lot worse. So I feel like this kind of like blends in with your self-love, the self-care of the love reading portion, where when you're taking care of yourself and you're refueling your energy to be full tank, you'll see the energy of the work life be a little bit easier. Okay. When you're going into work, just negative, manipulative, angry, just blurting out, you know, like, I hate it here, I wish I wasn't here, dealing with this stuff. You kind of invite, you know what I mean? Like, you're inviting that energy back onto you, and you don't want to attract that. So I feel like try to practice appreciation more. Be more appreciative that you have what you have. You know, it's supplying you to be able to put money away just in case, or it's supplying you to have what you have. Count your blessings kind of thing, because telling you, if it was a lot worse, it would be a lot worse. Okay. Okay. So that's what I see for the love. The money portion. Okay, so the fourth layer is your spiritual journey. So the energy of your spiritual journey. Let's see what comes through. Now, I do feel like your guides have definitely been around you, and you've been taking notice of them. I feel like you've been more open to, you know, like accepting when you feel like they're around you rather than doubting it. So I feel like that's something that's definitely changed about you. Almost like you're more accepting of their help, and that you know, you'll accept that they're around. You're acknowledging them, which makes them want to come around even more. So we have the Five of Wands, Three of Cups, the Devil, Judgment, Five of Coins, and 10 of Wands. So spiritually speaking, this is like moody. Like, I feel like this is, like, you have Five of Wands, which is fighting, but then you have Three of Cups, which is happiness. And then you have the Devil, which is like temptation. Like, there's so much back and forth energy, and there's so much like, just, there's a lot of moodiness. So I feel like with you, you're all over the place with your moods. 10 of Wands, we see 10 of Wands is kind of like feeling like it's an uphill battle, like you can't connect spiritually at times. But then we also have like Judgment, which is like they are contacting you, right? They are calling to you. The Five of Coins is kind of like, I feel like the Five of Coins, that with the 10 of Wands, they are coming to you like, okay, this is how I'm seeing it. Judgment is when, like, God calling us, right? When he is trying to get our attention, okay? They are coming at you when you are going through a Five of Pentacles and a 10 of Wands, which is like when you're going through something, okay? When you are at your wit's end, when you are struggling, that's when they are trying to get your attention, okay? And I want you to learn to recognize that they're there to help you. And don't push that away, okay? I also feel like we have the Three of Cups, which is like excitement and celebration, but then we have fighting. You're at odds with the self. The devil's temptation, it's like, you know, there could be times, moments of feeling tempted to do what, right? Temptation to, you know, full blown, like, leave your job and like go be with your son, probably, you know. I feel like there's times where you just feel like you want to just give everything up just so that you can go be with him, right? But you can't do that, because you're only going to create a more difficult uphill battle for yourself. You know what I mean? So I feel like you go back and forth. And I feel like that's also where it comes. Yeah, we have weight. So I pulled weight for that as I was saying that. So if you are having, like, if Spirits is saying, if you are having those feelings of wanting to just drop everything and go be with your son, to be around him, your guides are telling you to wait. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. The Oracle cards, contemplation time, a lot more contemplation time is necessary, especially when you're connecting with your guides. You could do this through meditation. You could do this when you're in the bath. You're just quieting your soul and you're listening, okay? Simply asking for something, a prayer, say a prayer, and then listen to what comes to you, right? They're there, and they're there to help you, but they seem to come to you more when you are just like in the pit, right? Not so much when you're in joy, but more so when you're struggling. We also have blessed change coming up. This is saying a major life change brings great blessings. So we're definitely going through change, and this experience has been very changing to you. It's transforming you in a different way. But I feel like what they're saying is that there's blessings in disguise, okay? And that's like one of the lessons of even the Tower card. There's blessings in tragic experiences. Okay, it's really, really hard to see that for what it is and to focus on those blessings, but they are there. Okay, and I feel like that's kind of like when you kind of are growing up to that realization where you can go through something, the most hardest experience in your life, and you can still see the positive in that situation. You could still see the silver lining in that situation. That is spiritual growth in itself. And I feel like your guides are showing you that you have positives coming out of this situation, but you're only focusing on the bad stuff, or you're only focusing on the negatives, and they want you to kind of open your eyes to the whole bigger picture. Okay, so I hope that you know, made sense, because I just feel, I don't know, there's just something about that reading. I feel like you like I said, there's moodiness, that you go back and forth, and I do feel like you are focusing too much on the negative, and you're not seeing, you know, some of these positives that are around you. And I want you to start seeing that, because that's what's going to kind of balance it out for you, so to speak. And the same thing with your son, you know, everybody's in good health, right? You know, he has his wife, and he has his family, and it's like he's not completely all alone. All right. At least it's just how I feel. All right, let's see. So this final layer is going to be the future forecast. So we're going to pull cards on what is to come in the future. And I haven't even used my Psychic Tarot, so I think I'm going to pull. I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot as well. Please keep in mind that anything that I read for the future is subject to change based on your present actions. Nothing is set in stone, okay? Let's see, pull. Let's pull some Psychic Tarot. This one. And we'll pull the tarot. beautiful. You have really, really good cards coming up in the future. Okay. And the angel answers. I love it. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm going to say that I'm seeing a theme with you is that you're being guided to need to ask for help. You need to ask for help, whether it's through friends and family or it's spiritually, okay? That's one thing that's coming through. So in the future tense, what I'm seeing is some 3 themes that are coming up for you is waves of prosperity, which is there's going to be some abundance flow coming your way, okay? And it's going to come in waves. So it's not going to be consistent. It's going to come like maybe once, and then a few weeks will go by, and then another abundance, and then another, okay? So I feel like that's one thing that you're going to be seeing. And when I'm doing future, this is like in a timeline of at least a year, okay? So definitely lots of prosperity, abundance, exciting news coming your way and opportunities, but it's going to come in waves. So it's not going to be like a consistent flow of it. So when that happens, it's kind of like take advantage of it. You have the shine card right next to it. So when you feel these waves of abundance coming your way, the shine card is showing it's going to bring you boost of confidence. You're going to feel like you can shine. You're going to feel brighter, healthier, and more vibrant. Okay. So that's something good to look forward to, right? The other thing, let me move this just a little bit. The other thing is simplify your life. So you're being guided for the future within this next year to make things easier on yourself, okay? And this is coming in the form of like limiting some of your bills, right? Like limiting some of the ways that you are spending your money so that you can have a little bit more extra in the bank. Simplifying your life with your activities. I feel like maybe you take on too much because we have a 10 of Wands way over here. And like, that's pretty much the only negative card that I see out of everything. And so I feel like you're that person, like you take on too much at once. And so you need to work on simplifying your life within this next year, making things a little bit easier on yourself. Okay. Also accept heaven's help. So that's why I was feeling like you need to be more accepting of help from the divine, but also asking for help when you need it. You cannot always expect yourself to do it all the time, all at once, only you doing it, like no, having full-blown control. Sometimes you have to ask for help, or allow the divine timing to take control. You can't always have control over the situation. Okay. So with simplifying your life, the nurture card was side by side with that. And so that just makes me feel like, nurturing yourself, taking care of you. This is self-love. That's how you're going to simplify things. That's how you are going to, not take on so much and more focus on you, more focus on, your self-love and taking care of your health. Okay. That's also going to minimize your stress levels. It's very important for you physically and your health wise. And then accepting help, we have just breathe, which is saying that when Spirit says, when you accept help, when you let us take the reins, when you let people take over and help you, you'll be able to breathe. You will be able to feel like you can get a grip on life. Okay. So the tarot cards that I see, a lot of positives. There's definitely, you have the death card. So you have majors, you have a lot of major arcana cards. You have death, Hierophant, the Sun, the Hermit. So those energies is like, death is change, transformation. So there definitely will be changes, transformations happening within this next year. Okay. But with death comes a need to let go of something. So in order to embrace the change or to walk through a door of opportunity, you also have to be willing to close a door behind you or to let something go. So there's a give, there's a take. Okay. The Hierophant energy is more structure, more schedules, more, traditions, or more like old-fashioned types of things. And I feel like I really feel like this pandemic is really asking a lot of us to, even though we're all on our social medias and we're using our technologies and stuff the more modern way, This is also asking us to kind of remember how to, you know, smile at a stranger when you're on a walk, you know, when you're still practicing social distancing, but it's also, you're appreciating things in life more. You're appreciating stuff. So I feel like the Hierophant is coming up for that too. Also, he comes up too as a reminder for your spiritual strength. So make sure that you are devoting time to say thank you to the universe for the blessings that you have, and, you know, don't just overlook that stuff. The Sun card coming up for the future is definitely joy. This is happiness. This is optimism. This is good things. Okay. The Sun could also be your sun as well. Just really good positives coming out of this situation. We have the Hermit. Hermit card is also taking advantage right now of that essence. But also Hermit is insight, looking in and looking deep within yourself. So within this next year, there could be some new realizations, especially if you are taking care of yourself on another level, like you haven't done before. Okay. Some of the other tarot cards. So we have 4 of Coins. We have 10 of Coins. 10 of Coins is abundance. It's family, community flow. Okay. So lots of like money abundance coming your way. 4 of Coins can show, you know, making sure that you're putting stuff in your savings account. I feel like I have to keep telling you that. Like, I feel like that's something that's going to really help you in the long run. Okay. And then we have Wands, Ace of Wands, 2 of Wands, 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands is like, be careful of taking an overload. Okay. Make sure that you are simplifying your life. Ace of Wands is a new beginning, new passions, new interests. 2 of Wands could be like a decision or a fork in the road again. Okay. So there could be some of those coming up your way. Ace of Wands is also a new beginning of some sort. Usually that follows the death. Okay. And then the angel answers, you have look for a sign. Like I said, your guides, they really do come through for you, but you have to see them and you have to accept the message. Okay. So looking for signs to know that your guides are there helping you. Within the next few weeks is coming up. So something could be taking place within the next few weeks. That's with a 10 of Coins coming through, nurture, simplifying your life. So this could be like within the next few weeks of actually you taking it easy and focusing on self. You might see something big take place. There could be that abundance flow money, right? There could be that abundance in some other aspects or a new passion that you might like start to develop that will help you with your stresses. And then there's helpful people. And so that's why, again, I was saying, because that goes hand in hand with accept heaven's help. Helpful people allow people to help you. Okay. You don't have to do everything by yourself. You don't have to take on the brunt of everything. Like whether this is physical people in your life, family, friends, or this is spiritual. Okay. But I feel like you have to learn to let go. Let go of your need for control. Okay. Other than that, my love, the future forecast I feel is pretty self-explanatory. I feel like, you know, there's good things coming. There's some gentle warnings with, you know, not taking on too much. You know, that death card with change, there's always has to be something to end in its place. So sometimes that could be, you know, we have to say goodbye or see things like maybe you see a friendship ending, but there's like a rebirth of something else happening. So death card is usually exciting for that change, but sometimes there's always something we have to give up, right? But other than that, I feel within this next year, there's more abundance. You're going to be fine, but it's just, I feel like you need to be more accepting of help and simplify your life. Focus on more of you, and pay attention to the silver linings in an otherwise crazy situation. You know, there's blessings in disguise everywhere. So don't just focus on the negatives. I wish you all the best. I wish you beautiful health and positive vibes and, you know, continuous love for your family. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, please send me an email and I will talk to you soon. Bye, love.